Have you ever poured jigs that look like this? Or this? Or this? Or even this? That's a sign that the lead wasn't flowing fast enough in your jig mold. Dirty lead in your lead pot obstructed your port. In this video, we're going to show you how to clean the lead for proper pouring in the molds. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fishin with Gramps right here on YouTube. Yep, I made a classic mistake. A blunder, if you will.
Victim to one of the classic blunders.
I tried pouring dirty lead into my jig mold. And what did that come up with? Jigs that weren't complete. Jigs that weren't properly formed. I forgot something that I've known for almost 40 years because it's probably been that long since I've actually poured lead. One of the things I learned when I was a kid was cleaning and pouring lead, often to make catfish sinkers. So in my previous video, when I was using some lead from my son's tackle box to quickly pour some jig heads, I kind of forgot something. Now that lead itself is pretty clean, but since then I had picked up some lead from my dad, who does a lot of stained glass work, and he used a lot of stained glass in his work, and he would have coils and coils of this lead strand that he used. The lead often rescued from old stained glass pieces that old churches take apart or places like that, but it was old, it was coiled, and it was dirty. Well, I managed to go ahead and just throw that in my Lee pot and mixed it in there with the other weights that I had left from those first jig heads, and then I didn't properly clean that lead. I just started pouring and went to town, and the results are what you see in these jig heads. It didn't pour cleanly and didn't fill all the way up. And then I realized I just dumped a bunch of dirty lead in with clean lead and tried to use it. Now, if you don't want to go through all this hassle, you can go to Do It Molds and buy clean barred lead ready to use. They'll ship it right to your house. But me, hey, I've got a bunch of old lead right here. Some old ammo, 9mm 40 from my competition days, some old fishing sinkers, and the leftover lead that I had in the pot. And what we're going to do in this video is take it, put it in this pot, melt it back down, clean it, or flux it it's called, and then pour it into bars that we can use and heat up later. So what do we need to do this? A respirator, we're working with lead, heavy duty gloves, pot, a mold to actually pour the bars into, take the shape. I think these are half pound and pound bars. I don't know. I really don't care what weight they are since I'm going to be the ones using them. But for me, this will give me a way of pouring and storing manageable size bars for a future bait making video. We're going to need a candle. Mostly we're going to need the candle wax from the candle to clean or flux the lead. I'll show you that later on in the process. And then we need something to heat the lead and melt it down. So we got a propane tank and the burner that I use for cooking our peanut oil turkeys on the 4th of July. So let's get started. So first I'm going to light the burner, get the pot on it, get it nice and hot, get some lead in there and get it melting. That'll probably take 15-20 minutes. So let's get started.
Now as we look at it, you can see where the impurities rise to the top in this.
Removing the slag. The crap on the top.
Alright, next up, we're going to take some wax off of the candle and put it in the pot. That'll help clean the lead.
The candle wax helps bring the impurities back to the top. And boom, with a little bit of effort, a couple hours of work, we now have clean, fluxed lead in bars ready to drop in the lead production pot so we can make some jigs. We're gonna make some skipping jigs, we're gonna make some finesse jigs, and we're gonna make some chattering jigs. Drop me a comment down below. Tell me what you think of the series so far. You're learning as I'm learning. Or in this case, relearning kind of what I forgot. Hopefully you don't grab some dirty lead, throw it in the pot, and then try to melt some jigs and have to learn this lesson the hard way and waste some hook. But that's part of the point of the series, is to learn and relearn as we go. If you haven't seen the video where I poured my own stupid tube jig heads, you can watch that video right here. If you want to see the video where I actually made some tubes, hey, you can watch that video right here. Until next time, get outside when you can and make some memory, one cast at a time.